All right, prediction. I'm going to give it a shot with in the next 6 months to a year, and I'm going to go USA only. I'm going to predict that at least one major movie star is going to have incredible health issues, if not, kick the bucket. And I believe it will be a male. I think the Bay Area of California is going to have another earthquake in the next 6 months to a year that's going to be at least at the level 6.
Earthquake, and on my husband's dresser, I had to go outside and walk through the rest of my house. I have no structural damage, but I have, as you can see, a huge mess to clean up.
I believe cyber warfare and AI will become an increasingly dangerous endeavor for most countries, to include the US. I think a corporate data breach that's going to affect literally millions of people will occur. In the next 3 to 9 months, I believe the US and China are going to have incidents, if you will. Definitely sea, water, air. Sea, water, air. Sea and air. I believe water keeps coming through to me for submarines. And lastly, in the next 6 months to a year, we will have a weather outbreak that trumps all weather outbreaks. I believe it will be tornadoes. I think indigenous issues are going to really rise to the top again. I don't know that you guys have ever actually not had indigenous issues the same way most countries have those issues, but I think this one is going to be like huge, like in the news, 24/7 kind of thing, where some sort of an indigenous, it feels very, let me get my map. So I think it's going to be in the Northwest, and I see something about the youth, right? So the way the youth are treated, the way that they are employed, the way that they are, what is that called? Abused is not the word I'm looking for. Taken advantage of. I see a youth detention facility, and it has to do with indigenous, and it's going to be kind of a big deal. I see a death. I don't know if that's actually tied to the facility itself or just in general. All right, so that was one of the predictions that I did about Australia. Now it's not word for word, is it? So what can you say about predictions? I think that we get bits and pieces. It was a child. It is 24/7 in the news right now. It is in the Northern Territory. It is an indigenous child. So unless there is another issue that arises in the next, what I did 6 months to a year, of a male who also passes away, who was part of an indigenous facility, I got bits and pieces of it correct. So I would not say that this is, obviously, this is not 100%, but there are parts and pieces of what I said within this event. And that's what most predictions are. Parts, bits, and pieces. Now, if I was a skeptic about these predictions, the predictions I've made are pattern recognition predictions. They had nothing to do with psychic ability.